But I do want to end with one question. What can we do for our farmers in this area?
Personally, I would like to see an increase in foreign market development money and market promotion money in the Farm Bill. That has not been, that dollar figure has not changed for 20 years. And nothing anywhere costs the same that it did 20 years ago, right? We're also opening more markets, so we have more markets to sell wheat to with the same number. One other thing that's not Farm Bill related, but we've spent a lot of time talking about two major crops in this area, North Idaho, which is wheat and canola. And both of those are being vilified. What was healthy 10 years ago is suddenly someone has decided is not healthy, and there's not science to back that up. Carbohydrates are the favorite villain of dietary guidelines, right? Don't eat white bread, don't eat wheat, don't eat, but there are so many health benefits: reduced diabetes, reduced cancers, nutrients and minerals that you can't get elsewhere that you can get from wheat products. So on that front, educate yourselves and encourage your friends and neighbors and family to educate themselves also, because the voices in the media, or the influencers on social media or whatever, they use a lot of emotion and they don't use facts, right? And that's how they convince you what to eat or what not to eat.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
What can you do? Well, if you want to loan me some money until my CRP payment comes in, I'll be okay.
Ben, do you want us to ask for them to put the CRP
PO
money
Box
back?
362, Memphis, Idaho. No, what I would say, the number one thing that you could do is support agricultural research across this nation. And there's several attacks, or several, I guess, across our population, people have grown to mistrust science. There's been a mistrust of science. And it's the science that Colby outlined that has brought us the rewards in agriculture that we've seen as far as yield, quality, feeding the world. And to turn our backs on the very thing that brought us here is the worst thing. So supporting agricultural research, funding agricultural research. There's even some implications for, when I went for my degree, my office was full of Chinese students. I was so glad. My best thing I ever did was I got a higher grade than in one class. They're very bright people. But now, with our immigration policies, we've turned away from some of those researchers. We're scaring them away into other countries. I mean, those are talented researchers. That's just a symptom of a distrust of science. We need to turn that around. Anything you can do to support science and research in our country, I think, is really important for our future.
Yes.
In pertaining to the Farm Bill, I'd say my biggest ask would be a focus on funding availability for farmers to be able to adapt to these challenges. There are programs, EQIP is a big one, that allows cost share or assistance for adapting to these new technologies that make them more efficient and can help them get ahead of sort of this consolidation and commodity crunch that they're experiencing. There's a lot of focus on conservation programs. That's what I did a significant portion of my master's research on. So that's one of my own areas of interest in how we evaluate what good conservation policy and what those outcomes are. But really the way we've adapted in this agricultural system is generally with technologies. And so whether it be research or whether it be adaptation on the farm, and these technologies can be very expensive to implement. And even if it pencils on paper, if it's still $200,000 up front to input a technology, that's a big bill to pay up front, even if it's going to pencil in the next 5 years. So that's support, because I think precision ag technology is going to be a major area of growth in the next decade in agriculture. So lowering that barrier to producers being able to use those new technologies.
Thank you all. We greatly appreciate you being here. Let's give them a round of applause.